Sad cats.
Abandoned cat found with 2 pounds of fur weighing it down. If you thought you'd seen every kind of crazy cat video out there, well, think again. On December 16th, the Animal Rescue League shelter in Pittsburgh posted these outrageous photographs to Facebook of a kitty in desperate need of a snippety snip. The cat's 82-year-old owner had Alzheimer's disease, and when he was moved to a nursing home, the furry friend was forgotten and left behind. A distant relative showed up to leave some food out for the elderly man's cat, but he was caught off guard when something raggedly bolted out from under the bed. Using a flashlight, the man searched around the house until he spotted a cat wearing what appeared to be a fur coat for the ages. Its fur was so matted, due to the neglect of her unwittingly forgetful owner, that the cat looked like some sort of mythical creature out of an old monster movie. The man brought the poor disheveled cat to the vet, where they put her to sleep so the long overdue haircut could finally commence. Free of her furry shackles, 14-year-old Heidi now has a new home with the man who saved her. Nice new do, kitty cat. And she even looks slimmer without the dreads.
Good Samaritan saves cat stuck on busy highway. This man, Richard Christensen, is a hero, although he claims he's nothing of the kind. But to little Freeway the cat, he certainly is. On April 9, Christensen posted this to Facebook. Watch his heroism as he risks all to save the life of this little fella.
Hold on, kitty. I know, hold on. I know. This poor cat, I don't know if somebody let him out or if he was walking, but it looked like he got scared and he's trying to make it through this fence. He's been chewing on the fence. He's scared as hell. I know you're dehydrated. I know, baby. I'm gonna help you, okay? Oh my God. I know, baby. I know. I know. I know. I know. I know, baby. I know you're scared, dehydrated. I know. Can I help you? Can I help? I know. Can I help you? I know, baby. I'm gonna go ahead and take you to the Humane Society and have you checked out, okay? Get you back to dehydration in a nice quiet little spot.
Freeway is now recovering in a foster home thanks to Good Samaritan Richard Christensen.
Dead pink kitten turns out to not be so dead. Russian writer Elena Lanina is considering suing media outlets for defamation after she released pics that appear to show her dead pink kitten alive and well, albeit now a less vivid hue of pink. Journalists only print highly vetted stories, everyone knows that. But in their search for facts, no one actually called Lanina to ask her if her pink kitten was really dead. Remember the first rule of journalism: if you pose it as a question, you don't have to worry about facts. Turns out the pink cat scandal already blew over in Russia, and Elena thought she'd proven she was no cat murderer. But the Western press just got around to the story, and now UK papers, the Daily Mail, Metro, as well as yours truly, have had to do a little crow eating. Elena wants to know if the media is sorry for stirring up 30,000 people to sign a petition demanding her arrest on animal abuse charges. Well, sort of, but not really. The cat might be alive, but you still dyed it pink. You're no Cruella de Vil, but you're dumb, and probably shouldn't own animals anyway. Faith in humanity restored. This poor kitten in China got trapped behind a glass wall without food and water and was slowly dying. But luckily, a good Samaritan came to the rescue. Earlier this month, the cat somehow became stuck behind the wall in a building in the southwestern city of Chengdu. After a period reported to be 3 days, a karaoke receptionist saw the kitten. He looked around but realized there were no gaps available for him to pull the little guy out. So the receptionist called the building's property management office to ask for help. Building staff knew the glass wall was built between aluminum door frames and a load-bearing wall, so they dug out a tunnel to rescue the kitten. After the successful rescue, the receptionist decided to take the tired and hungry cat home and adopt it. However, despite the good news, we're still wondering exactly how did the kitten get trapped in the first place, and why it took 3 days for anyone to notice. Let us know in the comments if you got any bright ideas about that. Felix the cat uses up one of her 9 lives. A London dock worker is being hailed a hero after he saved a cat from drowning in the River Thames. This surveillance footage of the incident was posted to Facebook by London's Royal Docks on Monday. It shows the dock's engineering and operations manager, Scott Durbin, leaping into action after Felix fell into the drink. Felix got an unexpected bath when she was fighting with another cat, and things got out of hand. But Scott Durbin wasn't about to let the Royal London Docks official office cat drown. Faster than a speeding bullet, Durbin ran to the water's edge and grabbed the little kitty by her neck before she sunk to the bottom of the river. We're not sure if cats are good swimmers, but Durbin wasn't taking any chances. Felix the cat was doing fine on Tuesday. A spokesman for the dog said he was happy to report that the kitty experienced no injury or trauma. However, Felix may have suffered a little wounded pride. The spokesman said everyone in the office had been laughing behind Felix's back about her blasé, nothing to see here routine that followed her dunking.
10-day-old kitten survives dog attack and amputation. A Colorado animal shelter has saved the cutest and most resilient kitten. Aptly named Trooper, a 10-day-old kitten was facing death when he was brought to an animal hospital in Golden, Colorado. Trooper lived under the porch in the area with 4 other siblings. The kittens could barely open their eyes or walk when... Eventually, the litter was found, but only 2 of the kittens had survived. Trooper and his sister, Patience, seen here, were taken to the animal hospital. Trooper's badly injured leg put him on the verge of death. Veterinarians decided it was best to remove the leg, and the kitten underwent a risky operation. Following the surgery, Trooper was, well, a trooper. The tiny kitten pulled through. He and his sister were placed in a foster home as they continued their recovery process. Recently, Trooper has been adopted by his forever parents, and has grown into a handsome, active cat.
Cat lover dismantles Mercedes to save kitten. Cat lovers rejoice, there's hope for humanity yet. On Mother's Day, this young man, let's call him Joe, age 27, decided to go out cruising in his Mercedes-Benz. Joe said he stopped his car when he saw 2 teenagers looking up into a tree along the side of a bridge. He stopped to offer assistance. The 2 teenagers told him there was a kitten stuck up in the tree. Joe then climbed up into the tree to rescue the kitten, but the cat darted away from him and fell out of the tree into the river beneath. Joe climbed down from the tree and then jumped into the slow-moving river to save the kitten from drowning. Unfortunately, the panicked and now completely soaked kitten ran from its rescuers, climbing up inside the engine of Joe's Mercedes to hide. No matter what the 3 did, they couldn't convince the kitten to come out. So Joe had his beloved motor towed to the nearest dealership so that the professionals could dismantle the engine and retrieve the poor kitty. The kitten was then dried off and fed before Joe took it to a veterinarian. The vet gave the kitten a clean bill of health and said it was probably only 6 months old. When asked about all the time and effort Joe put into rescuing 1 kitten, he just shrugged and said that the real effort would be convincing his girlfriend to let him keep it. Maybe he can tell her it just followed him home?
What kind of a person throws an animal off a bridge? A charter boat captain made an unexpected catch when he rescued a drowning cat off the coast of Florida last Thursday. 35-year-old Jordan Smith was piloting his boat near the northwest side of a bridge to pick up a group for a fishing trip. That's when Smith saw something fly off Marlar Bridge. He initially thought someone had thrown a bag of trash into the water, but when the object started moving, Smith then thought it was an otter. But once it started swimming in his direction, Jordan realized it was a cat that desperately needed help. Smith immediately scoops the black feline out of the water, not caring that his boat got scuffed up a bit after bumping into the bridge a couple times during the rescue. After being saved, the wet, poor feline reportedly clung tightly to Smith's arm until they were back to shore. Smith later contacted law enforcement, but the case is listed as inactive, as to be frank, there really isn't any solid evidence the cat was thrown off the bridge. But it seems pretty unlikely that the cat was just going for a swim, no? In a very happy ending, Captain Smith plans to adopt the kitty and wants to name her Miracle. Brooklyn hipster abandons cat with litter box and supplies. It's enough to bring a tear to your eye. This poor cat was found abandoned on a street in Brooklyn last week. Next to him, a litter box and other feline-related supplies. Abandoned like Moses left to float down the river, or the penguin from Batman thrown into the sewer. It's no wonder the kitty was crying. It seems likely that for one heartless hipster, the cost of getting his pet hep cat neutered was too much, and probably much better spent on organic tofu burgers or ironic beard grooming products or something. The cat was dumped on Nostrand Avenue between Lefferts and Sterling, but disappeared soon after when a street sweeper scared him off, sparking a frantic search among Brooklyn's feline-loving community. The hunt took several days, but Nostrand, as the kitty was later named, eventually showed up on Sunday in a retired cat rescuer's backyard. Fat Cats, a local organization that advocates the trap, neuter, and return of strays, was happy to take Nostrand in. They got him vetted and screened for a microchip, which he didn't have. According to vets, Nostrand is 1 year old. Fat Cats say that a lot of male cats get dumped by their owners when they mature because there's not enough places to get them neutered cheaply in New York. Nostrand is now available for adoption, and he comes with his own kitty litter and supplies. Scammers are shaving cats to pass them off as a more expensive breed. An animal lover who paid $700 Canadian for a highly prized hairless Sphinx cat said she was horrified when the kitten later sprouted fur. Alberta woman Joanne Dyke's story prompted others who'd also been duped to come forward, suggesting there's at least one rogue breeder out there, shaving cats and passing them off as sphinxes. Joanne's catastrophic experience began when she agreed to buy Vlad the kitten from an online vendor living more than 300 miles away. No problem, the seller insisted. A friend would drop the little guy off. But when Vlad failed to get along with Joanne's other cat, she sold him to another owner. Vlad's current owner was sad to see he hated to be petted and spent a lot of time crying, so she took him to a vet. The vet said Vlad had cuts on his skin, caused by razor burns or hair removal gel, and his tail had become infected. The woman took Vlad home, and about a week later, he'd grown a full coat of orange hair. Calls to the original seller went unanswered because the number was now out of service. Two other women, also from Alberta, said they too had fallen victim to the hairless cat scam. One of the women said she thought she was getting a bargain when she bought a purebred Sphinx for $650, because they usually go for almost twice that. But within a few weeks, the kitten was covered in black fur. The women warned that their tales should serve as a lesson to others, and advised potential buyers that if a seller won't let you come to their house, then the deal is probably too good to be true. Cop's laser guides kitty to safety. Curiosity saved the cat after this little kitty was discovered stuck up a tree by Nebraska police officers. Officers from the La Vista Police Department found the cat perched precariously about 20 feet above a creek on March 16th. Using the laser beam on his taser, one of the officers was able to guide the kitty out of the tree and avoid a catastrophe. Officers attributed the successful rescue to the cat's natural inquisitiveness in following the laser beam. The cat was taken to the local Humane Society and adopted a few days later. He's now believed to be feline good. Police said they'd have to file paperwork for using the taser, and they jokingly added that charges were pending against the cat for scratching an officer.